Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 7, 11.7. High cohesion. Actually, this is a very important principle in object oriented design. When you are designing object oriented programs, you must uh, keep this principle in mind. Generally, in our real life, we adopt it without giving any label to this principle. Actually, related things, whenever we place a set of things, we group it as related things and put in one place. Suppose you can find only kitchen oriented utensils in kitchen room. In your study room, only study oriented material. If you come to your drawing room, you can find all the material or equipment or things which are generally used by all family members. In that way, there may be hundreds of articles in your home. First, what you are doing, you are classifying them depending on their functionalities. So, then you are placing a set of articles in each room. That is nothing but a cohesion. Cohesion means related things depending on the functionality you have to place in one position. So, in programming also, we define a number of classes depending on the problem domain. Whenever you are defining a class, obviously it performs a number of operations. For each and every operation, you define a method. Every method must perform only single identifiable task. Then you have to group a set of methods depending on their functionality and integrity and put in one class. That is, when you are putting such class, the the related functionality you have to identify. Always you must maintain the integrity of the class. So this practically I cannot explain to you, because we have to take a domain and a number of methods we should have, then only you have to classify. That's why through this example, this is very known domain, a student report domain. Through this I am explaining. Always whenever you are designing, especially object oriented designing, then you keep this point in mind. Here, student report. Regarding students' uh, performance or whatever it may be, you have to prepare a report. So, what you can quantify and all that information should come into this. For each part of information, you develop a method. So, now if you see, simply by titles you can understand their integrity. Now, compute percentage of marks. For each student, we have to compute the percentage of marks. Okay, that is one method. Compute the percentage of attendance. Actually, in most schools and colleges, attendance is one of the criteria. That's why percentage of attendance also they take into consideration. Thereafter, test pass or fail. Actually, student may get 70% marks, but if he fails in one of the papers, he should be declared as fail. So simply we cannot go by marks, and we write a method whether the student has passed the exam or not. That means you should get minimum marks in each and every paper. So that is a different method. Compute grade. For all passed students, we have to compute grade like distinction, first class, second class, third class, etc. and all that. So compute grade. Thereafter, print a report. With all this information in a specific format, you have to print the report. This is a different method. And last one, test eligibility for scholarship. Actually, if they choose certain criteria and all that, then they may be eligible for a scholarship. That also may be one of the methods. In this way, if you see student report, you have to first identify objectives of this class. Thereafter, you have to dissect them. You have to identify the individual activities. For each and every activity, you have to define a method with the integrity. If you understand this principle, of course, this is a simple domain. It is not so easy for bigger domains and all that. There, your common sense, that is business intelligence, play a vital role. That you must remember. Thereafter, you have to classify them like this. And for one thing, always in any language, either it is a C function or a Java method, you must entrust a single identifiable task. You should not give multiple tasks to a method. That point always you remember. And you have to define, you have to identify the integrity and functionality of the methods and place in a class. And this is called a high cohesion. If you maintain high cohesion, maintenance of software and reusability of software is very high. Otherwise, maintenance will be very difficult. Actually, simply by delivering the software, being a programmer or a job is not ended. Client may call at any time. He may change his environment. Then maintenance is very much required. Then, whenever you are developing, if you keep all these points in mind, future maintenance will be very easy. Thereafter, reusability. That is a great factor. Actually, the great strength of object orientation is inheritance. The purpose of inheritance is reusability. So, if you keep all these principles in mind, then reusability of the software is high. Because of reusability, you can get numerous benefits, because a related tasks are there. If you have to serve to different clients and all that, same software you can use with a little extensions. You need not develop everything from the scratch. Actually, suppose some you have developed some software like A, then B, the client B approached you for a software. There is a commonality between these softwares. Then actually 80% is common, only 20% you have to extend. So same A software only use and you extend it another 20%. This is possible because of inheritance. Then with the 20% of the effort, you are getting the entire fee. This is the advantage of inheritance. So if you have to get the benefit of reusability through inheritance, these principles in designing itself you must understand and implement. Thereafter, you have to correct, and all that lot of efforts are wasted. Now, at the same time, I have to show you low cohesion. Actually, here some methods I have given. If you put these methods here, then obviously it is not maintaining high cohesion. This is low cohesion. Now we see, add a new student, remove a student, compute strength, student strength. Actually, if you see prima facie, you can understand that. Actually, this is a different class. Their student admissions, removals, calculating strength, class-wise, all that you find out. These are not supposed to be placed here in this class. This is meant for preparing student report. By this example, you can understand the gist of this principle. But one thing I am telling you, once you know the principle, whenever some domain you have to tackle, you have to develop software on that, this principle should strike to your brain. Already I explained to you some basic principles of OOP: tight encapsulation, loose coupling, information hiding, high cohesion. All these points you must keep in mind. And practically, actually, nobody can explain it to you. It is like writing your poetry. So you have to write your own poetry. If you know all these principles and if you develop a business intelligence, obviously you can implement these principles in designing itself. Then you can get a lot of benefits after development of this thing by way of lesser maintenance or easy maintenance and improving the reusability of the software.